Okay. As requested, let's say you find yourself with a broken string. I happen to have extras for the guitar that I made, but on an acoustic guitar, let's say you have your 6 pins right over here. These literally feed down into the guitar, your strings. There's a pin keeping it in place. You just got to pop that pin out. There are tools to do that, but they're not wonderful, and they could damage the wood of your guitar. So I just take a piece of string, or even your leftover guitar string, wrap it around, put it on the pin, pretend this is a pin, I don't know, put it on your pin, pop it out of the guitar, and then you can replace the string. And again, I push this down in, and then put your pin in the same hole, making sure the gap is where the string is, because there's a little extra space for the string to come out. Make sure that's lined up, pull this upwards, and keep your pin down. That'll tighten it. And then you're left with something like this. Fun way to wrap your strings. Let's see. Wrap them like this, and then tuck them in a few times. And you literally are looping around your existing circle. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Now, if I had made this bigger, it wouldn't be much of a problem, but that's not going anywhere. Which is good, just wrapping it through. And then you can recycle this or whatever. Or save it for a pin puller, you know. That's just fitting in the base of your string to make sure it stays put. When you pop out the string, you're going to notice how your guitar holds it in place. String goes down in, gets pulled up against the pin. It's fitting in there. On an electric guitar, they just feed right through your bridge. I like Ernie balls personally. There's also D'Addario, which are wonderful for acoustic guitars. My playing style, the way my fingers work, I actually have fat bottom strings, and right, is that where this came from? This is a mashup set of really heavy lower gauge strings and lighter uppers. Usually there's a specific like gradient of thick to thin that you get on acoustic guitars, electric guitars, but I need more oomph and more strength to my lower strings, so I found these mashup sets, which are pretty neat. But acoustic guitars, honestly, a light gauge set, you know, is like $7 or $8 from D'Addario. Absolutely perfect. Phosphor bronze and bronze strings are my favorite for acoustic guitars. This is my fancy electric, and we're gonna, okay. So we're gonna feed this through the bridge. And again, this doesn't go down in the guitar. Everyone's different. The acoustic guitars are certainly more different, but let's feed this through. I got a few tricks up my sleeve here. You'll notice when you get your strings, that little metal loop at the end keeps it from moving. It'll stop it. And I have a roller bridge here. It's the lowest I can get. And now we're gonna feed this. I like to do this because it helps me tell when there's kinks in the string, which may end up snapping it. Like if there's ever a bend or a kink, you're probably gonna have to get a new one because it's trashed. Most of them don't have that. But now I'm gonna move you up here for the headstock. Sorry for the low tech style here with one take. So I always have something under my headstock, right? When you have a guitar laying on a desk or something, it's tilted down. It's hard to get at your tuning machines because they're all against the surface. A couple books, a pillow, something is a really low cost way of doing it. Okay, so we're gonna feed this up. Now this is a B. It's the second one here. Let me see if I can put something under my phone. Right here. That's good. Okay. So we're going to turn, so let me move these here. We're going to turn this, not this one, not that one. Nope. Turn this one so that the holes are literally pointing down towards the nut. This plastic bit here. Well, actually, mine is cattle bone. I have a bone nut here. A lot of them are plastic. There you go. You can see the hole. Boom. It's pointing down this direction. It's a little diagonal if you were to look at it straight down. Where's my string? There it is. Okay, so now, naturally, this is going to get fed straight through there. You can see it come out, but we're not done. Okay, if you pull it through, it will get tight, right? It'll even sit right where it's supposed to in the nut. First of all, take a pencil, make sure it's sharp, or if it's a mechanical pencil, make sure it's actually out. And color in that groove. Color in that groove. Graphite is a really nice lubricant for guitar strings. You can even do this and then smush it in, because graphite's a powder, technically. There. Get some nice graphite there. Make sure it's out to the end. Okay, that's going to run through that channel. Now, if you wrap it like this, just the way it is, there'll be no flex to your string, first of all, and it does need to flex. But also, you won't have enough loop on here. Now, I did a poor job on this one. Just pretend that's not there. But all of these, I didn't do enough on, because I was just testing out these new fat strings. But you do need a few wraps on here. A perfect one, a machine wrap, would be 1, 2, and a little bit. When I work on pianos, it's literally 3 inches beyond the pin, which is about a little bit less than your hand here, typically. So when you pull this through and it's tight, right, when it's at length, some people take the string and pull it back to the first fret. Right, it was here, and I'm literally, you can see, I'm pulling it back through. So sometimes you pull it a couple frets, and that's enough length. You can see here, giving it more pull, I'm giving it more slack. Sometimes a couple frets back is great. Personally, I like to put my hand underneath the string like this, and then you can pull it tight. And it literally, oh my God, that's a terrible angle. It literally will, that's how much off of the guitar you're doing. That's a bit much. So maybe 3 fingers will do it. And I can literally pull this tight now with my fingers underneath. Right? And you can see there's a little bit of gap here. I even point it down here as I do that. It'll be like doing this. Yanking it tight, but I'm further down. I'm sorry for the angle. That is atrocious for 2025, but there you go. Just like that. Pull it tight with your fingers on it, and that should give you the length that you want. Now, when you have your length, you always go towards the inside of the headstock. If it's these, you're going to bend that way. If it's these, you're going to bend this way, towards the middle of the headstock. And literally, let me see if I can give you some more angle here and some more light. Good Lord. Okay. Now you're going to bend in towards the center of the headstock. That's cool. There's many ways to do this online. Some people have shortcuts, which is great. But to me, the point is to make sure that you have enough wrap and it's done properly so you can enjoy the music, not save time. Now, I always go towards the middle of the headstock and then underneath the existing string. It's like feeding it under there. Watch what happens when I pull. Okay, oops. Oh no, I pulled too much. There we go. Okay, my little right angle bend See, this is sometimes it's nicer with two people. There we go. My right angle bend is right in there to a degree. Yep. Okay, I can feel it. I can't move it anywhere. My right angle bend is right at the end here, and this is fed underneath the string. You can even see it right there. To really make sure that this stays put, I pull everything tight. My thumb is right here, and I fold it over. They're steel, these strings, so that will kind of stay put. Look at that. It's wrapped over, and this way when you wrap it, it shouldn't actually move. Now, I know that's going to move, but usually I use a peg winder. It's one of these. This is loose, and it has a peg hole right here that literally will go onto your tuning machines. The nice thing is it compounds your rotations when you tighten it and loosen it. You could literally sit there and do half turns for each peg. That's fine. We'll even start doing that here. Let me do this with, let me make sure, see them? There we go. Okay. Now you literally could just do, you know, now let's see, these are all on the inside, just like where you bent it. So we want to rotate it this way, right, to make that coil go the right way. You can see the hole turning the correct direction. Sometimes you really got to yank this to make sure it's staying tight. Make sure the string is tight back there. Oops, wrong way. See, that happens all the time. All right, and that's going to start, and it's fine. It can just mess with your fingers a little bit. And as it's turning, make sure that's tight. Here it goes. Now, when this happens, it's starting to tighten. Your string's not in the nut here, in the right place. So make sure that's in the right place. And then we're going to go back. And honestly, my wrists are not doing too hot today. So how low is this? Oh man, that's like a bass string. Okay. We're going to compound it here. Is it the right way? No. It's always the way you don't expect. And now, yeah, see, this will literally, oops. I'm going to lift this up some so I can get full rotation. And always test it. I only gave myself a couple wraps there, which like is fine. You really want to only do it once. You don't want to keep on doing it. But it's good enough. It's really not going anywhere. Let me zoom out again a little. Zoomed out. Okay, now we're going to test it. Out of tune, but fine. And something's out of whack here. You see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? Whoa! Whoa, that fell. It's off the bridge. It's off the bridge. Okay, let me loosen it. See? You always gotta take care of things before you do it fully. Now that's loose enough. There, we're gonna put it back on the bridge. Your acoustic guitar will have a bridge like this as well. And we're gonna tighten that again. That might be why we lost some distance too. Okay, now, right here, about in the middle of the guitar, 12th fret, 9th fret, somewhere around there, stretch it. Not even kidding. A little bit flat, a little bit sharp. Give it nice, good pulls. You don't want to snap the string, obviously, but now you'll notice how much flat that is. And like, Yeah, that was kind of a shit wrap. Please excuse my language, but see, that's what you want. That's what you want. That's okay. Just pretend that actually looks good. See, it doesn't have to look good. This is a good one here. It's like 1, 2, 3, and they're wrapped, stacked on top of each other. That's what you want. But even a crappy one will still work. Now I'm gonna tune this up. You can snap this off with a wire cutters, something like that. Like on a needle nose pliers, there's always a wire cutter in the middle, or just pliers that are only wire cutters. I don't even have them with me. Okay. When you cut this, you're going to be left with a little stem. I like to leave a little extra because you can bend it down and nobody's going to get stabbed with it. If it's a little tiny piece, it's hard to bend that out of the way. I think I did that here as well as a safety measure. This one took a lot of effort bending it downwards, but none of these are sticking up to the point where you can get stabbed by them. You could cut them really, 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 really close, but I don't inherently trust friction to keep that in place all the time. That might just be redundancy, but well, this is porous wood. Forgot about that. What was this? Is this maple? It's rosewood. The cap is rosewood. Yeah, I think that's maple. I just hit this with rattle can. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, but I did put a shell, I think this is Capiz shell inlay here, and then some silver. Not bad. Not bad for a handmade factory part guitar. Now let's tune this up. Those are nice. Those are nice. So let's see here. I'm just checking things out. Dropped my little stand. Okay. Let me get some coffee here. I'm not really put together. I'm in my dad's cartoon studio, so please give me some grace here. Get some stuff. Ouch. Okay. Let me see here. All right. Let's make sure this. I don't even. Oh, you know what? I could flip you around. This is so annoying. I know. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize here. Okay. Those aren't awful. There are tuners that clip to the headstock of your guitar. I'm going to do this for you as well. What are we looking at? Oh. That's sharp. That is sharp. And see what I mean? It'll pop over the center. That's good enough. Now for me, after a couple of them, I use the rest of the guitar. I use those for the rest of the guitar. You could just go through string by string. But given the notes, okay, now not bad. What was I doing with this? of course, that was the string I just put on, so. Boy. Okay, that's technically in tune, but is it balanced? Actually, yes. Your acoustic guitar might need a bit more stretching than an electric one. And, quite honestly, how high your strings are sitting off the fretboard can make or break a guitar for you. If it feels like it takes a lot of pressure to push down and make chords, your action is probably way too high. There's a few different things on an acoustic guitar. It's your bridge and your nut that really decide the action on your guitar, and those are both replaceable. It's a little bit of effort, but now you've got a new string. Just pretend I did a really good job on it, because I don't always. Things in life are not always perfect, and you just go along with it, right? There we go. Yeah, this is why I needed thinner upper strings. Yeah, okay. There we have it. Now, play some chords. Play some chords you like. And see if they sound all right. If they don't sound all right, pluck through each of the notes and see which ones don't sound all right. Chances are, if this note and then this note are wrong, then that string is probably the one that is off. There are harmonics. It's hard to get those on an electric, but they're there. You're literally just touching a string, and they only work in certain areas. There's some math behind that. You can Google that. Regular harmonics for guitar are usually at 12. Just lightly touch and pluck and pull away. And those are all going to sound pretty good if it's in tune as well. Pretty cool. And this is a whole octave up from the actual note. There we go. Cool. Thank you for placing a string with me. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Now I'm going to play some guitar because it's fun. I'll see you later. Now I'm going to pick up my phone and make an awful exit here.